dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked.
It's not better than the Blue Oyster. You can't be. I don't think I can't handle better than
This
this.
is like...
Two more puffs of this sweet ganja.
I always forget about ganja.
It's my favorite name for weed.
It's one of the better ones that I always forget about it.
Ganja.
Okay, I'm ready.
Welcome to Smoke With Us. I'm Eastwood.
And I'm Blue.
Welcome to our virtual smoke circle, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Woo woo. We started this because it can be lonely out there, especially in these times, bruh.
Yeah.
So join the circle. We're your friends. You're our friends. As long as we're getting high, we're all friends, bro.
Yeah, we're smoking on some nice little mixture today. We got a headband, smoked 2 joints from a strain called Headband, and then we mixed a third joint of Blue Dream
And LA Kush.
yeah, and LA Kush. So yeah, I am at probably like a 6.
So we like to start at like 7, but I'm at a 6 too, but I can tell I'm gonna get to a 7. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I definitely feel like I'm trucking.
Yeah,
I was just
totally
afraid
mean
to smoke more, and then I would all accidentally end up at like an 11.
Yeah, well, they say headband creeps up on you, and we smoked that first, so we're about to see if it creeps up on us.
Yeah.
And we'll comment on that if we feel like we need to.
I can pretty much guarantee we're gonna smoke that third joint,
Yeah.
and I might roll one while we're talking.
Yeah, so at this point in the podcast, if you aren't at a 6 or a 7, you can pause, roll a couple joints, smoke a bowl, use a vaporizer,
Catch up.
bong, catch up with us.
Or hit whatever level you want to hit.
Yeah, and we'll see you on the other side. And we're back. Okay. Dude, I'm like amped to talk about shit today. I don't know why. It's like crazy.
Okay. Because it's coming to my mind first, I need to bring this up. Okay.
Okay.
So you kept bringing you brought up for at least 2, if not 3 weeks, at least on the podcast weeks, the Unreal Engine 5 thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept being like, no, I bet it's pretty. Cause like I've seen engine things before, and don't get me wrong, I technically wasn't wrong. And they're always pretty.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
you were right to bring it up, man. I saw it and whoa.
They say it's details down to the pixel.
Yeah,
which
dude,
I'm
there's like they're like climbing things and things are falling like at movie quality.
Yep.
And they showed that live thing where like they were moving the light and the bugs reacted live.
Yep.
So they went around your light and stuff.
Yep.
Ooh.
Dude, next gen is going to be the gen.
Ooh.
Like, I always feel like we always say this. Next gen is going to be it.
Well, I mean, because it always is.
But then, like, I feel like we get let down. Like, there are some games.
Okay, I feel you as far as like, there's always basically the engine demo. I feel like I never get a game that is an engine demo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the wrestling games, for instance. They hype these up to be like, you can see the beads of sweat dripping down their face, and then you get it, and they look like
Better, and like I can see like technically more sweat, but
it's not like what they show in the fucking trailer. And I get that they're cinematic. I understand that. By the same token, like,
when can I get cinematic when I play?
exactly. And I think that's going to be this generation.
It definitely
Watching that
could be,
fucking
dude.
video for that engine that almost every game uses.
I know, dude. You know what? I in general, I have been a little bit like poo-pooey to like Fortnite and stuff, but so far, Epic is showing me if any company was good with Fortnite money, it was
Oh,
Epic,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like they put that Fortnite money to use. So like I'm kind of happy about Fortnite now. Like if they keep going their ways, dude, if they keep like they've given me like probably 55 free games up to this point because
Yeah.
because of their launcher and how they give a free game away every like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then that engine, ooh,
Yeah.
buddy.
Did you hear about, and I don't know if we talked about this, maybe we did. Sorry if we did, but did you hear they're doing new with Fortnite? Like a new implementation that they're trying out? They had Travis
You can
Scott.
subscribe to OnlyFans
No.
from Fortnite.
No, Travis Scott had a
Follow your
virtual,
favorite e-girls.
Travis Scott had a virtual concert.
Oh yeah, you told me this. Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that fucking nuts?
it is nuts.
And like
who did
they had
that?
3 days and they were only letting a certain amount of people in each day. It was like a legit like wait your turn type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole virtual thing that the fucking creators of Fortnite made, and for Travis Scott, and he recorded like shit
Yeah.
to like perform. I'm like, that's fucking, and it's Astroworld. So Travis Scott's gonna do something fucking trippy in that.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any videos of it, because I feel like
I mean, I'm
streamers
sure
are
there
probably,
has to be.
yeah, I want to watch that. But yeah, Unreal Engine 5, dude, is gonna be literally unreal.
Hey-o.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah, you were right. You were right about it.
it's
I
so
needed to tell you
fucking
that.
cool.
I was wrong to downplay this. I was like, Eastwood was right to bring it up every time.
It's just so
you
fucking
did bad.
good. I don't know what, like, it just looks, if you guys haven't seen it, there's a engine that you can, or a trailer that you can watch of an engine of Unreal Engine 5 that's coming out for next gen on both Xbox and PS4. Do yourself a favor and fucking watch that. Matter of fact, pause it right now and watch it. Just don't get lost and come back.
I feel you. I'm pretty high. Are you pretty high now?
Yeah, I'm pretty high. Headband's kind of coming in now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, dude. So what is like, okay, speaking of podcasts, because we're on a podcast, all of these fucking people making these podcasts now. Like, I just like watch, that fucking Charlie bitch from TikTok? I don't know her. I don't even know her name's Charlie.
No.
She's the one where Felipe was talking about, you guys were talking about how you think she's like kind of pretty, but she's just like, normal pretty. The really big bitch on TikTok that dances.
which one? There's the one that did
She's a brunette.
every TikTok
Oh.
girl's a brunette. The one who did like the Bernie Okay Boomer, or the one was it?
I don't know. It's too much right now. Anyways,
Wait, what? But like, no, I mean now I'm curious.
I feel like her name is like Charlie something.
Did I know her or did I Google her?
Yes, you Googled her.
Okay, I Googled her because Felipe was saying
Yeah.
like all the stuff about her, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see who she was.
Yes.
Okay. I vaguely
Yeah.
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's starting her own podcast with her sister.
Is it called Sisters?
No, James Charles will probably come after her for that.
Heyo.
Anyways, but everyone's doing a podcast now. So much so that like podcast like stuff is out of stock now. Like
Oh yeah.
consistently.
Well, I mean, we slid in, bro.
So much so that like the blue like Yetis, which are like they're expensive, but they're not like
yeah. Well,
professional.
you talking about because of quarantine?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's been like, I guess now's the time to start my podcast. I feel like two things are gonna come from this: a bunch of dead podcasts after like a year out of like real quarantine, and then also a bunch of people that write a novel and try to send it somewhere. I'm not saying like they stick with it, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of novels and podcasts at the end of
Dude,
this.
I think podcasts though, like I think that form of entertainment is on the rise.
Well, it's been on the rise for sure, and it definitely became more than anyone wanted. I'm just wondering if there's ever going to be a bubble. That's more my question.
I think there will be eventually.
That people will just go away from podcast. Well,
I think it'll kind of be like TV shows
It's
almost.
so interesting because, but I mean, TV, I don't think has ever hit a bubble. If anything,
That's
it just
true.
keep like there's plateaus. And I'm not saying there won't ever be plateaus, but like example is radio used to be the fucking shit. And when I say that, I'm a broadcast major, so like radio used to be the fucking shit, and like not as pretty much all anyone listening to this podcast. You don't know what I mean by radio
Yeah.
was the fucking shit. Like there was like radio was essentially like TV. And there's so many different forms of radio, and like the podcast was like revive some of them. Like there's some audio drama starting to come, which I've always been kind of into audio dramas, but I
Yeah.
think it's because of fucking do you remember that like pseudo Christian audio drama for
No,
kids, The
I
Adventures in Odyssey?
No,
Oh, they even came out with cartoons.
no, I don't remember at all.
You don't? It had like a professor, a dog, and a kid.
No.
Well, that's sad. If you remember it and you're listening, please comment. So I'm not so alone. But anyway, so like that, I listened to that as a kid, and I think that like I was like, ooh, these are cool, but like no one did them because radio wasn't as cool as it used to be. So what I'm wondering is, are we eventually just not going to stop caring about podcasts as a whole? Are we going to hit these plateaus and maybe spikes like TV? Are we going to diversify? Like, do you know what I mean?
So like, here's the thing with podcasts. One, it's more accessible than radio now.
Yeah, now it's not only is it more accessible, now you can actually get what you want.
Yeah,
Because what radio became distilled into, at least since we've been alive, is 5 kinds of shows. And then every once in a while, when a radio person gave a chance to someone like Howard Stern or Opie and Anthony, if you know what that is, or you know what I mean, or Bob and Tom, and like those ended up becoming their own types of show. Like they kind of all have like similar vibes, but their vibes are essentially fuck normal radio. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because like, we've even talked about this on this podcast. Like how you build a morning show is have like the guy who says wacky things and the guy who goes, oh man, and then maybe says the most vulgar things. And then a girl that goes, come on guys.
Yeah.
And now you have now you have a morning show.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, do you get what I mean? So it's
I
like,
fucking hated morning shows.
well, I liked some, but like most of them were just like one guy being like, haha, I can't wait to like for that event. And then the one guy's like, me neither because of the bitches. And then a girl being like, hey, Jim, don't say bitches. And then they all laugh. Like,
Yeah. I think Delilah, if you guys don't know who Delilah is, I'm sorry, but she's a late graveyard shift.
yeah,
Like smooth jazz
She's the
radio
best.
host. Like she had this sultry voice.
she probably caused way more wrecks than were ever reported on because it's so sultry and peaceful. I feel like
I fell asleep to that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I
sometimes.
feel like there had to be a few truckers that just
Yeah,
went off
dude.
of like a mountain.
Well,
or
that's how I
something.
found out about her. Is my dad was listening to her, and I was like, "This is actually fucking great."
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying is like we know about these certain radio shows because they were like, hey, you know how most radio is boring? How about we not be? And then
Yeah.
we're like, oh, this is new and fresh. And what podcast does is let everyone have that show.
Well, I think
And
too,
so you can even find that show now.
I think too, podcast brings it down to a consumer level.
Yeah, well, exactly. And Slash is like, I can tell it, say like a podcast, and then I need you to actually tell me details of where it fits. Like we might have some archetypes now. Do you get what I mean? Like it's like, oh, it's kind of like Joe Rogan, but like, or it's kind of like this NPR show, or it's kind of like my brother and me, or you get what I mean? So if you are in these circles, you kind of know what the feel is, but they're so varied. I genuinely need you to tell me. Where if I told you, oh, it's a radio show, and I could give you like 3 categories essentially. Do you get what I mean? Where like podcasts are so diverse that it's like anything from an audio drama. So you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you want to listen to this podcast? Here you go. Some people might hate that. Some people might be like, I've never liked a podcast before, but this is fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think podcasts are here to stay. I really do. I think it's enough of.
Well, I definitely think that, yeah.
I don't know if it'll bubble. I take that back. I know I said that earlier, but I'm thinking about it more now, and I think it's gonna be like music.
Yeah, that's
where
what I'm
it'll have
wondering.
like its dips and stuff. We might even have like a fucking like podcast award show pop up. That would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like different categories of podcasts and stuff like that, like storytelling and like different shit like that. Like the true crime is huge, and some of them are really, really good.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying is like we can say like true crime podcast. What fucking true crime radio was there?
Yeah, that's right. I think this is every voice actor's like wet dream though.
All right,
For sure, dude. If you're a voice
Right.
actor and you're listening to this because you love weed as well, please comment below and let me know if you love podcasts or not. I genuinely want to know if you like have voice acting work that you've done for a commercial, for whatever.
Or even like an audio drama.
Yeah, or even like someone like a video for like a marketing company. I don't give a fuck whatever it is. Let me know if you like podcasts and if you like doing them. Because I think it's really interesting because basically that's all that it is just voiceover.
Yeah.
Like reading stories and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Aaron,
and that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like reading stories or like I listen to podcasts that puts me to sleep, bitch.
do you listen to Aaron Mahnke? Have you ever heard of him?
Is that the guy who does lore?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
made his whole fucking living off of reading stories.
Yeah.
And his voice is beautiful, but like that's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Finally an industry for ugly people after radio died.
And I think with radio too, the thing that sucked was you had to like work for like a station.
Well, you had these restrictions. Like, yeah, that's what I want to say. Anything I said was not necessarily even a critique to anyone who had a radio show.
yeah.
Because even if you wanted to, like, I'm sure there was a few guys that wanted to be Howard Stern before Howard Stern.
Oh, for sure.
And then the radio exec was like, how about I just fucking fire you? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
and,
for sure.
and stuff like that. So I'm not even criticizing them or the execs themselves because, you know, probably more of a cultural thing. But yeah, they had so many restrictions. And podcasts, Like, honestly, you can put a podcast out that if you wanted, that was just like fucking people orgasming.
Yeah. Well, ASMR is a huge thing.
Yeah, okay, that's not people orgasming.
But it's
though.
like people talking and shit and just like clanking their fingers together and like being all
That makes-
sensual.
Yeah, that makes me think that ASMR works for you.
Kind of.
Because ASMR, I can't say it now, doesn't work for me. But like the people who it really works for, it's literally something in their brain that starts triggering, and some people call it a braingasm.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, the reason why that showed me it to you was you immediately equated it with sex,
Yeah.
and
It's pretty nice.
I do not.
I like it. I'm just going to say I like it. I was going to be like, no, be reserved about it, but no. Fuck it. I like ASMR. It's just something like, I like doing it too. I honestly would probably do fucking ASMR.
Dude, I saw a Twitch streamer that's just ASMR. She does it all the time.
Like, that's how she talks. But she was responding to drama, and so she's like, and so these people are just like, da, 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 da. And it's like, why are you coming against me?
I fucking love that.
And I was like, bitch, I need you to tell the story faster.
I need you to tell me who she is so I can listen to it because I am here for that shit.
Like she's like talking like a Twitch streamer, but she's talking like
Honestly,
this.
if we should do an episode where we do that.
I know that you're like really into this. Halfway through, I'll just be like, I'm too high for this shit.
We should at least do like an intro or something, or like the outro.
I don't want to do an intro. We're not big enough yet. I'm afraid one shot we get from somebody, and then they're like, "Oh, you mean the ASMR podcast? Why? I just want smoke. Why would they fucking add ASMR?"
Yeah.
Maybe like right after the intro
Yeah.
or something.
Okay, so the reason why I brought up podcast is Joe Rogan's latest move.
Oh yeah.
Joe Rogan, if you're listening, probably not, but if you are, hit us up. Anyways, moving to fucking Spotify, like that is crazy. YouTube has hosted him for so long, but I think I know why he's
Real
moving.
quick, you passed over that real quick. So just in case people aren't in the know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you didn't fully catch that, he's moving his whole podcast, including the video element, to exclusively Spotify. It won't
Yep.
take into full effect until next year, but starting in September, Spotify will have the entire back catalog and all future episodes exclusively starting in January next year for just Joe Rogan's podcast. So like you won't be able to find it literally anywhere as long as legally.
But I think I know why he did that.
Money.
And YouTube was like taking down his videos and shit.
Oh yeah, I bet because he was frustrated that he couldn't put certain things up. So I bet Spotify was like, bitch, you can even play music and then we'll pay them through
Yeah.
Spotify.
Spotify is like, dude, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
If anything, Spotify was like, as long as you have Spotify, you can play the music. And so he was like, fucking finally.
Right?
Because like there was times back in the day where he'd be like, put on the song, and then it'd be like, Dream Out. He's like, aren't you just fucking bumped? And the guys is like, yeah. And they'd listen to like 30 more seconds, and they're all right, we need to move on now. But like you'd hear the song with them, and now like they play like 10 seconds. He's like, oh, it's so good, but we should probably move on because he has to mute it everywhere else.
Yeah, it's stupid, dude. Like, fuck, man. YouTube is a blessing and a fucking goddamn curse.
YouTube is a blessing. The people who run it are a curse.
Oh, for sure, dude. You hit the fucking nail on the head. It's bullshit, dude. Like, there's a fucking YouTuber that I watch. Her name's AJ. Check her out. She's really fucking good. She does album reviews.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
So she gets like her videos taken down, and she does 15 seconds of the song,
Yeah.
and she still gets them. Like, she did the whole album for The Weeknd.
Yeah.
It had like millions of views, and The Weeknd's record label made her take it down.
Yeah. 'Cause
She
at
had
that
millions
point,
of
it's even
views.
above them.
Well, like, the thing is like,
It promotes it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah,
why
well, this
wouldn't
is what
you want
gaming
that?
had to go through for like the first 3 years of YouTube. Like when they started doing the copyrights, is some gaming companies immediately got it. And we're like, dude, this is just promo for us.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't give us sales, which it does, but they're like, it'll give us like in the zeitgeist. Like,
Yeah, for
you know what I
sure.
mean? And so some gaming companies did that, and we're like, dude, you can literally just play our game and not even fucking talk.
Yeah,
And then some gaming companies like Nintendo, we're like, oh, you're not earning any money from this? It's ours now, bitch. Like,
yeah,
and so now pretty much everyone, but sometimes Nintendo, are dicks about it.
yeah. There's a lot of companies that are dicks about it. It sucks.
I know. Well, my biggest thing is, and I get it, because if you're a company that's big enough, and like, we're being honest about it, there's a lot of people that are trying to fuck you.
Yeah,
out of money.
for sure.
But on the same token, most of these people are making chump change compared to like whatever you are.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't go after chump change that could give you at least chump change, if not more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, to me, it's like, as long as they're not slandering the artist or like saying like mean things about like the company, why the fuck would you care?
Oh, are you saying
It's
as
so
a company?
small.
Yeah.
It's like the bottom, like you're scraping the barrel.
That's
at that
what I'm
point.
saying. Yeah.
Like you're getting metal
Yeah.
from this barrel
Yeah.
because you keep scraping it at the bottom when there's nothing fucking there. These people are just having fun and and reviewing shit because they like it.
And they're giving people good vibes while your shit is there. People will
Yes.
connect your shit to good vibes after this.
Exactly. And I mean, sometimes there's things that she doesn't like, and I get that.
Yeah.
But like,
But I mean, even people, like, here's the deal, because I think you shouldn't take it down even if people are shitting on it. But also, as a company, what you need to realize, if people are shitting on it, you will get sales from that.
yeah,
Because some people are going to say something, and then that's going to trigger someone to either be like, I need to see how shitty this is, or they're like, actually, that sounds like fun to me.
well, that's
Like-
well, like the great thing, about the giant conglomerate Apple, they fucking pay YouTube reviewers 2 weeks in advance to review their products.
Yeah.
And make a video about it and then post it once their little ban is up.
Yeah.
But isn't like that's what you should like take a hold of it and reach out to the people that have like 6.9 million views because one of our videos does and say, hey, we'll pay you to give an honest review of this record.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking free promotion. Like you should be throwing money at her. I don't know. I just think YouTube, Google the devil. Anyways, speaking of games, we talk a lot about video games, guys. I need to talk about Animal Crossing Community. I talk a lot about it, I know, because it's the hot thing on the press right now. As Blue rolls his eyes at me.
I mean, I like Animal Crossing. I play Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing. I'm not rolling my eyes at Animal Crossing.
That's funny. Anyways, no, just the community, dude. Like, I have had so much fucking fun playing. Like, it's a lot of fucking fun playing. It's not toxic. There aren't people fucking you and like trying to get you. I mean, that does happen, but it's a lot less likely when you do this.
Yeah, because it's like living in a fucking. It honestly is like living in a real world utopia. And what I mean by that is in a real world utopia where everyone feels provided for and and feels good and it's giving out good vibes, we will still have dicks. That's why you can't have a true utopia. You know what I mean? We will still have dicks. But there'll be a lot less of them where you'll be like, everything feels good. And a dick will come up and you're like, but then you'll move on.
Well, I'm in like a group there with a bunch of friends of mine. And we like tonight, we hosted a fucking catalog party where we all got together and we brought our favorite items from our place or like the really nice items that we had. And we dropped them all on the ground in like little sections and everyone knew whose like section was who. And we all walked around, picked it up and then dropped it back down. And then now it's in our catalog to go buy it.
Yeah.
Like you would not find that in any other like online game.
You'd like find people that come and steal all the shit and run away.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it's just like, what? And like people like, hey, will you water my plants? Like, cause you get like a bonus if you water, like if your friend comes and waters your plants for you, like they like breed better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's why it's such a big thing. And like, there's a website that you can actually go to where people will open up their islands via like the code.
Is it weird that if it was just normal nice, where it's just like, they just help you water your plants? I'm like, stupid. Why would I help you water your plants? Just water your own goddamn plants. And then as soon as I heard it gives an added benefit, I was like, oh, wow, so kind. I definitely want to be a part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I totally feel
like
that.
there's like a certain level of kindness that I have to hit before I'm like, oh, so kind. I really want to be about that. You know what I mean? Like if it's like normal level kind, I'm like, why even waste your time?
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah, for sure. And that's why I kind of thought at first too. I was like, why are they asking me to fucking water their goddamn plants? And then someone mentioned that if you water plants, because someone asked, like, why are you guys watering people's plants? I'm like, well, it gives you a bonus when you're breeding plants. It gives you a higher rate of them spawning the next day and getting like a rare color.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh shit.
Well-
Like now I know.
Well, when I heard that, it's like, well, what I'm saying is it even goes to the base level for me. It's not even like literally my imagination after that. Like when it was normal planting, it's just me coming like, here I plant you, water your flowers. Yay, look at me, I'm a good person, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, bless you, bye. But it seems so piddly that like now I could see myself like, even if I was set, being like, hey man, I watered your flowers. I just wanted to bless you today. Like,
Well, for me, it's like
you get what I mean? Like it hits a certain level where it's like,
me,
hey man,
it's-
I helped you out.
for me, it's like, hey, I watered your flowers. Now you come water my flowers.
No, I mean, I feel you, but I'm saying like, there's like so much bonus kindness that it even becomes worth it to me if I get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
It's teaching people
It's
to
like
be
giving
nicer.
it's like just giving a random person $100 versus $1.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if I ever think about like, oh, like my parents sometimes, well, almost every year around Christmas, grab a little extra money out, and depending on the amount, depends on how well they're doing that year. But like if we have to travel, which we usually do because of like family being cross country or whatever, while they're traveling, they would like literally just like give people $20 or $10 or depend on the year, but like, or I think one year they even did as much as like it was a few people, but like as much as $100. Just like a random gas station attendant, they just like, hey, here you go, Merry Christmas. It'd be like $20, right? But and that sounds cool to me. I would do that, but I wouldn't do it if I could only give people once.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you get what I mean? And so that's what it feels like to me. It's like watering without that bonus was one. So it's like, who cares? But then after that, it's like, oh wow, I could give someone $20.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's gotten so like prevalent too because a few of them have 5-star islands, so they water with gold watering cans.
oh, you have friends that have legit 5-star islands?
Yeah, I do.
Oh wow,
I have like 3 or 4.
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But another one thing too that I want to bring up is like this website. It's called turnup.exchange. So if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out. But like they give you a dodo code, you go to their island. Some people are just like giving you shit. They're like, hey, I have like too much items.
I saw a post. Maybe you sent it to me. I don't think you did actually though. I think I saw it on Twitter. Where this guy, I think he posted it to his Twitter, and he literally was just like, "Hey, got 700. My turnips are selling for 750 today." He's like, "You can come free of charge. Just follow me so I can DM you." And he did it for 1,000 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I was just like, holy shit. like I was like, this guy's just being like, hey, you want to make a lot of money today?
A lot of people do that. Also, on the flip side of that, people are like fucking getting shitloads of shit out of it. They're like, give me 5 Nook Miles ticket for fucking 400, bells per turnip. I'm like, bitch, 5 Nook Miles tickets. That's a lot.
I know, dude. It's almost like, I mean, you know what? I'll just save the money.
Exactly. Like, no. And then like some of them are like, give me 2 99K bags of bells. I'm like,
what? They want me to give them 200,000 bells, dude?
yeah. I mainly go for the people who are like,
They buy it. They giving me a house? Another
One guy-
house?
one guy had turnips today for like 619 or something like that. And he said, give me 2 DIY recipes or 5 Nook Miles ticket. And he didn't say anything about what they had to be. So I got like 2 of the shittiest ones. I only had 2, and it was like a log stool and a water pump.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it and I dropped it. And then he's like, all right, cool, you're good. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I like ran. And I actually got like 3.5 million bells today from my turnips because I was on this website going to different people's islands.
Loan?
No, bitch, I paid off my loan. Now I gotta do shit, buy shit. So much shit I want to buy.
For the turnips?
Yeah.
I know. Once I realized people were exchanging like that, so I hate randos. I hate playing almost any game with randos. Some
Yeah.
games I feel better about it than others. Like we were playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm okay with randos in it. I would definitely prefer not,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with it, right? And when I found out though this exchange, it was like the only thing that I've ever been like, maybe I'll play with randos in Animal Crossing. like even all your other fun like party things, I
Yeah.
was just like, that sounds fun. Never with randos. And
Dude, so like I went to a couple, I've been doing this for like 2 days now where I've just been going to island after island after island and like getting as much as I can. Now I have so much shit that I'm like overloaded my house inventory. So now I'm like unloading stuff. But people ask you, they're like, hey, it's like a take one, leave one thing.
right.
They're like, come to my island, take what you want, but leave something equal or equal or more value. And so that's what they're doing now. And like I get like kind of like this like tinge of an anxious feeling when I'm going. I'm like, what if they're like a dick? What if they say something mean?
Yeah.
Or what if they don't accept what I'm giving them? Like it's like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get there and they're like, hey, hi, thank you so much for coming. Like, do you have the entry fee? And you're like, yeah, here you go. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Have fun. Enjoy the island. And they're always so fucking nice. And you're like, hey, like I wheeled and dealed with this bitch she said, I'm giving away 2 free wrapped gifts.
Yeah.
2 free wrapped gifts. And I was like, hey, can I give you like a gold nugget for 2 more? And she was like, yeah. And she's like, if you want to give me more gold nuggets, like you can just take as many as you want. So we like bartered together. And I asked her, I was like, do you want bells? She goes, I already have enough bells.
Animal Crossing is like an anarchist dream.
It really is, dude. But the thing is just like, it's like walking through like a free market and then being like, oh, I want to go here. So you wait in line in a lobby.
Yeah.
And then you go to the island. So you go up to the stand in the market and you're just like, what do you have today? Oh, I have this, this, and this. And you're just picking it up. Like, that's what it feels like to me. And it's so like communal. And I think it's because of Nintendo and Japanese people, because they're very communal.
I think it definitely has, at least in the origin of the game.
Yeah. And like
Even,
people,
I
like,
think
like,
it is.
like this dude made an app for it. It's like $3, but it's like the best fucking app I've ever played as a companion piece to a game. And Nintendo didn't even make it.
Yeah.
It was a fucking fan.
Yeah.
And it literally like lets you track like who you've talked to during the day, like who is all on your island, how many fossils. It reminds you to dig up your fossils and to break your rocks and to like.
Oh, my Demon's Monkey's leaving tomorrow, dude.
I know, dude.
I got on the island and Isabel was like, oh, she's leaving tomorrow. This is your last day. Bring a box of tissues to say goodbye. And I was like, I'm not talking to that bitch.
You should get a party popper and like popped it.
I should have, but not even talk to her.
Yeah.
Enter, pop, and leave. So she has that question mark. Oh, dude, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
going to do it, dude.
Do it. But yeah, it's just like, it's made me realize that like, okay, like there are decent people out there still, like, and people like, no, seriously, like it's so fucking weird that a video game makes me realize that, but like, it's just everyone's so in on it. And like, we've all beat the game technically. And like, it's like has so much like value that people are going to play this for like years to come.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on playing it for years to come.
I know.
I will never
Well,
get
that's
rid of my Switch.
That's like
again.
with my brother. I was like, and then next year I should have my museum finish. And he's like, you're gonna play for a year? And
Yeah.
I was like, wait, at least. Like,
Like that's like
I was
bare
like,
minimum.
I was like, I'm having like 3-year plans in my head. Like,
I know people that have gotten 5-star islands and then just wiped the island clean and started over.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Why
They
would
hit
you-
5-star and they're like, I don't like it. And they just take everything down and they move everything.
Okay. Like rebuild it. Okay, I
Yeah.
could see that happening. I thought you were saying they were like, you know what? I want the house payment again.
No. They don't restart the game. They just reset their island. I think I'm going to do that every year. I think I'm going to reset my island once a year. Just do something completely different. Dig up everything, take up every road path, move everything
I
around.
might change around my island. I don't know if I'll change. I don't know if I'll completely change it. I'm going for a real city theme. So like I did a custom
Yours
path.
will be a little bit harder to change.
Well, I did a custom path with roads and stuff. So I don't mind even rearranging roads, making a new layout. But I don't necessarily see myself getting rid of the city theme.
Yeah, I got a code
Do you get
today.
what I mean?
I got a code today for a Star Trek outfit.
Oh yeah, I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited. But yeah, so Animal Crossing, guys, is great. If you haven't played it, also people are so like reserved about it at first. They're like, I don't know if it's gonna be good.
Oh, I
And
know.
then, like,
well, I got
you
my
play
brother,
it?
and he's like, he's even enjoying it. Like I don't know if he's enjoying it as, but part of it is I don't think he feels that motivated because I haven't visited him or like shown him what you can get. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't visited my island.
Once you see what you can get, it changes the fucking game.
Yeah, and so I think I need it. I'll do that after I move. Yeah, so I don't think he feels crazy motivated, but he's even enjoying it more than I think he thought he would. Like I think he's gonna stick with it no matter what.
Yeah.
But right now he's playing super
And
casual.
also the pressure of you buying it for him.
I know. Did
Like,
I
I
tell,
bought
did I
this
tell you
for
what
you.
happened with my sister and him with it? Like
No.
it's not like a big conversation.
Oh no. Yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, so
where
long-
she was just like kind of snooty about
Yeah,
it.
long story short, I like bought a lot of things for my brother recently because I came into some money. And And I would do it for any of my siblings. It's just like my brother and I have similar hobbies and stuff. So like it's easier for me to know his needs. And they're not even needs. He's not saying like he has to have these or like he's like, oh man, but like his PlayStation Plus was running out. So I was like, ran out. And so I was like, I'll buy you PlayStation Plus for a whole year and I'll do this. And so I bought him a few games too. And he was like, and it's like super blessing his heart. So he told my sister, one of my sisters, and she just was like, cool. Like
My brother doesn't give me anything cool.
Yeah. And so I was just like, I just don't know their needs.
Yeah. You know what you should do, which should be kind of funny. Since your sister's getting married soon, buy her just like a $25 gift card to like a steakhouse for her and her like new husband or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, so I wanted to give you this because I love you. And be like, I didn't really know what you needed, so I thought you always need food.
So here you go.
So here's this card. No, but yeah. Dude, you know what's frustrating as fuck to me?
What?
Celebrity drama.
It's frustrating to you?
Yeah, and here's why.
They don't give us enough deets.
True.
Dude, that's the worst.
It
is when
the
they
worst.
give you just enough deets to know there's drama there, but they don't actually really give. When they brew the tea and then they don't give it to you.
It's like when people say, oh, I have something to tell you. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm like,
kind of like that.
I'm like, you motherfucker. Or
like when
oh
you
no. Or they're like, oh no, I don't need to tell you anymore. I'm like, you fucking tell me what the fucking thing was right now. I'm not kidding with you. You cannot do that to me.
I know,
Even
dude.
if it is not relevant, you're telling me it right now. If you say that you're going to involve me in something, you're telling me what it is.
No, for sure. Like when they give you like the details of a fallout, but not why they fell out. Oh my God,
I
dude.
know, dude.
So you're just like, what happened? Someone fucked somebody? Like,
Okay, so this one is about Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande released a new song recently called Stick With You. I don't know the whole story behind the song, but they're supposedly giving most of the proceeds to a charity. Probably about mental health. I don't know. Anyways, Tekashi 6ix9ine got out of jail recently and started releasing music.
yeah.
Okay. He said that he got a projection report from his label, who like Interscope and Atlantic, all these people have this report, and he got it from the label.
Yeah.
And it showed his song at number 2. And then it showed their song at like number 6. And then,
Okay.
and then like 2 days later, their song went straight to number 1.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm calling bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. And it bumped his song down significantly. And so like they're like arguing about this, like over social media. And
Wait,
I'm like,
Takeshi and
Tekashi put a
Bieber?
fucking and Ariana. They Tekashi put up a video of saying all this and showing like the proof. And then so like Billboard reached out and they're like, no, like that's not what happened. Like we hold on to figures for a while and then we update it like once a week. So that's how we get, so people can change like that, like in a day.
yeah.
And so they're like, and what he showed you is not something that we send to any labels. Like that's not something that we would ever send.
Yeah.
And then like Justin and them were like, hey, like sorry that our fans liked it. And like they like really got onto it and bought it. And then Ariana said, it's his fans and my fans are both buying it versus one person.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we have like double now,
Yeah.
like people coming into the song. I was just like, we're in the middle of a crisis right now.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers are arguing about a position on a board, quote unquote.
Well, Takeshi might die soon. So I think he's just trying to get all he can get out of life right now, dude.
But like, it's just like so fucking weird to me. They're like, come the fuck on. Why would you even respond to that? Just be like, okay.
If you were them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was the dumb move. That's why I thought. I was
Even
like,
their manager got in on it.
yeah, that's
Scooter
so
Braun,
weird.
or where the fuck his name is.
That, if anything, that's what makes me think there might be fuckery. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, if he would have just been like, this is
Yeah.
bullshit, and they didn't say anything,
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, they don't care because
Yeah.
they know what's what. But now I'm almost like, wait, why are you defending yourselves?
Yeah. But I'm just
Feel
like, I just
Feel like you got called out on something?
I don't understand that. And then today I got into an argument, not an argument, but like a discussion
Mm-hmm.
with my boyfriend about popularity of artists.
Yeah.
So he's a really big Ed Sheeran fan. Don't get me wrong. Before I say this, I like Ed Sheeran. I think he's decent. Like,
He has a
he's
few
got,
songs that I really enjoy.
yeah, he's got like good music, but like he's not the best. And some people think he's the best.
Yeah, I mean, you can make this argument with most.
But yes, this is what I'm going to say. But then I was like, okay, but I think like Lady Gaga's the best.
Yeah.
And then someone else probably thinks Sam Smith is the best.
Right.
So realistically, no one is the best.
Yeah, I think I've literally tried to argue that with you this before.
I got it today though, because I was like, Ed Sheeran is not good. Like he's decent, but he's not like great.
I think this was the moment you first were like, oh, wait, you actually think he's the best?
Yeah.
And you were like, other people can think he's the best?
Guys, I love music. Music was like really big, and I've done several albums and stuff like that and recorded. And I'm a very big musical critic, and so it's hard for me to listen sometimes because I get very critical of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just don't think he sings well. Like he sings okay, like obviously enough to be on a track and then to play on the radio. But like I think there are just a way better singers than him that don't get.
He has a pretty distinct voice though.
True. Yeah. I guess that's true. That's really true.
That's his biggest plus because
Yeah,
I've said this
you're right.
time and time again. There's so many good singers that's like, okay, now close your eyes. Who is this?
Yeah, you would be able to tell who it
And
is.
and you're like, one of 500 people I've ever heard in my life. Like from the best singer in my small town church.
Yeah.
To, and then there's some singers that maybe don't sing that well, but you close your eyes and you're like, oh, that's definitely Jim.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. So what escalated the argument or the discussion? I'll say it's a
It's
discussion.
an argument if you have to keep like I'll give you one change and like maybe it was like a heated discussion, but it was an argument. If you say it twice, I'm like, it was an argument.
Okay. So next part of the argument was he brought up that Britney Spears is not good at singing. And I'm like, okay, I paused and I'm like, all right, I understand that in 2020. She's not.
Mhm.
She's not the same. She's gone through several mental breakdowns, whatever you want to fucking call them.
Psyches.
I don't know. I'm high
Ooh,
as
your
fuck.
psyches are coming.
I'm high as fuck.
Sounds
Anyways,
like you're talking to a child.
anyways. But back in her day, dude, she was great. Like, I think she was a good singer. And his argument was that she wasn't. Or like
Yeah.
he felt the same way about her that I do about Ed Sheeran. And I'm like, the queen of motherfucking pop. You're telling me that she got that title being average.
I think you can though.
No, I think you can too.
As far as a singer, I don't think you can if you can't like perform or something.
Yeah. But he was like, she's a better performer. I'm like, yeah, but she can still fucking sing. Not anymore, granted. But like back in the day, she could perform and
But
sing.
what can that poor girl do right now?
Dude, her God love her. Her Instagram post. So okay, guys, I know.
I mean, I said everything in all seriousness.
Britney's team,
I
if-
really feel bad for her.
if a person that's listening to us is on Britney's team, probably not. But if you are, please just take her Instagram back. I know we want freedom for her, and I'm all about
We need to give her real freedom and then lock down that Instagram.
because boy, she posts some very interesting things, and people like are genuinely concerned about her too.
I
Like,
am. When I was like, what can that poor? I really meant poor girl. Like,
yeah,
oh, honey.
she's going through a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I just had that thought that like, wow, everyone has a favorite singer that might not be someone else's favorite singer, and that's not nuts to me. But like, I just want to know like, what's the one artist that everyone's like, yes,
I don't think
they
there
are
is.
one of the best. I know, and then,
Well, there is that when you say they're one of the best. I think you can get a lot of artists that like, if you as long
That's
as,
true.
especially if you say one of the best, you can
Yeah.
get like at least 90%, if like not 99% of people. Do you
I
know what I
always
mean?
feel like the best people die too.
Oh, I know.
I.e.
dude.
Freddie Mercury. Oh my god,
I.e. Kurt Cobain.
dude, legends dead.
I know. 27 Club, bro. Some people will
Was
say
Freddie 27?
Some people, well, I don't know if he was. No,
Yeah.
I think he was in his 40s, but just in general. Some people would say Amy Winehouse is in that list.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you know who else is a really sad celebrity death? Is Brittany Murphy, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
She was a girl that I didn't realize I needed more in my life until she died, which is sad.
I know. Classic death, bro.
But she was such a good actor, just like in all the shit that she did.
Yeah. Trying to think. Deaths. Oh man, now you got me on celebrity deaths, bro. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, dude.
I want to say it was either him or Robin Williams. Who died first? It would depend on who died first.
I think Robin died actually first.
I think he did too. That was the first celebrity death that I feel like I ever felt.
Oh yeah.
Well, the first one I was ever shocked where I was like, oh wow, he died. I didn't necessarily, it didn't depress my day. Like, I mean, it's still sad,
no,
but
for
it's
sure.
not like, it didn't feel like I lost something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But shocked the crap out of me. Like I called my parents because I was at a friend's house just to be like, did you hear Steve Irwin was the first celebrity death that like shocked me. That like I remember where I was when I heard it. Then Michael Jackson was the second.
Oh yeah, of course. I called my sister because she is obsessed with Michael Jackson.
I think we did it together, right? We were in our friend's car and his mom
Yeah.
had the radio on. And then we both called on our cell phones. Like
My
people
sister
were
was
like-
crying.
Yeah. So the first celebrity death, though, to like depress me, you know what I mean, was Robin Williams.
And
And
it's
then-
so sad why he did what he did.
Are you talking about because he had Alzheimer's?
No, well,
Or-
he had Parkinson's,
That was it.
and it was getting like really close to being like awful,
Yeah.
and like to where he wasn't going to be able to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "I'm done," and like killed himself, which is fucking sad. But like,
A little savage, too.
I kind of understand it though.
I definitely understand it. I also want to find out 100% of that story's real because I've heard the same thing from what I felt to be pretty reliable sources. But
I don't know if it's like 100% fact. I think it's all rumor speculation that everyone's talking, like collectively talking about.
yeah,
I don't think his family has ever said, well, and no one knows really why because they're not Robin Williams.
yeah. So I mean, in theory, he could have also done it because of depression and used Parkinson's as the reason. But yeah, that was the first sad one. But the biggest though, I think, where I was just real like, I think it put me in a funk for like 2 days. Well, like, you know what I mean? I just felt off, at least internally, because I was just like, he's gone. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think that was the first like real
Yeah, I love him.
bummer day, like, you know, bummer weekend one.
I loved him in Twister. I know he doesn't have like a huge part, but
I fucking forgot he was in Twisted.
yeah, dude, he's the crazy like van dude, like the techie dude that was. A
Well,
part
and
of
that's
the
what's
team.
crazy, dude. He makes you believe he's those characters as far as like I can give you a vague idea of who I think Philip Seymour Hoffman was, but he could have been anybody.
Oh, I know, dude.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if he would have been like crazy stoic, like I'm an actor, like, you know what I mean? Like, and like just like he goes away for months at a time. He could have been that guy.
Yeah,
He also could have been like a character I saw where he's like a, you know, fun loving bum. And then when it was acting time, he's just really good at it.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a
Like,
great actor.
He was so good at so many roles. He could have been anything, and I would have been like, that makes sense.
Dude, cocaine's a bitch, man.
Is that what did him in?
I think it was cocaine.
I thought I know you OD'd, but I don't know. My guess was heroin. That's what I always think with ODs. Wrong or right? I was like, oh, heroin.
Okay, so Philip Seymour Hoffman died of combination drug intoxication.
Dude, combos, that's what will really kill you.
Dude, Mac Miller, bro.
Oh, that was a shocking one. I like him, and I like felt like there was a loss, but like not like in my life. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. What sucked for me with him was like I just started getting into his music.
Yeah.
Like not like in this past year, but like 2 or 3 years. I was like really like getting into what his music was,
Yeah.
and then he fucking died. And then to hear the album that he made after he like, or but like before he died that they put out after,
Yeah.
even more sad.
I know.
Because it talks about some like really heavy shit, and he has like I think another album planned, like that he already had planned and recorded. Because he recorded that album right after he recorded, like literally like the day later, after we recorded Swimming or whatever the fuck.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. Lil Peep,
That was one. Yeah. Juice World.
yeah, dude, and Kobe.
Oh, I know. That one was crazy, dude. Yeah. Cause so me and my friend Mo, way back, we went to this like, it was like one of those like church youth group things or whatever, but we were going to be more like leaders in it or whatever. Even though we were still in high school, but we went to this thing and there was this kid there that had basketball that had pajama bottoms that were bananas all over him. And Mo's a huge Laker fan, loves Kobe. And so we're there and he ended up being the best basketball player. It was just like this like tubby white boy with these banana basketball bottoms, and like we kept being like, look at Bananas, and we're like, Bananas is the Kobe of this place, because like how much better he was than everyone else. And so long story short, we started calling Kobe Bananas. And so when I heard Kobe died, I literally, the first thing I did was text my friend, and I was just like, Bananas died. And he's like, I know, dude.
Dude, people at work were like coming in to different places being like, Kobe died. Like literally announcing it.
Yeah.
Like right when the rumors hit.
Dude, everyone
Right when the
was
rumor
like,
hit.
yeah.
My manager came back. He's like, guys, Kobe Bryant might be dead. There's a rumor out that TNZ put out that he died.
Dude, I
and
know.
we were like, no way, it's fake, like blah, blah. And then they're like, no, it's fucking real.
It was literally, so the first thing I do, well, not the very first, but close to the first thing I do every day when I wake up is check my phone notifications. And just in general. So like, even if I get a text, I won't necessarily read it. I might do a brief glance, you know what I mean? But like, I'm mainly just seeing everything, like listing it, you know? But the first notification, like one of the first notifications was Twitter and highlighting that story. And so literally I read it and like immediately after that I stopped and I like Googled. I was like, is this real? And then it was, and I was like, fuck. Like,
Yeah, dude. And for his daughter to die too.
oh, I know.
Because at first it was that his daughter was alive still. And then they confirmed that she was one of the people dead. Do you remember the artist Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Another one, dude.
I know.
She was so like she was probably Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce.
Right. Dude, you know what the Kobe death made me realize? So like you'll see in movies and stuff when like JFK got assassinated or something, like the whole nation was like, fuck. Like that's the closest thing I feel like since I've been alive about a single person dying that the whole nation was like that.
Michael Jackson though.
Either I didn't feel it. Well, okay, actually you're right, because we had like 3 months of just tributes.
Well, and like people like rallied around the Gary house and like put a bunch of shit in front of it.
No,
and,
you're
like,
right. You're right. Michael Jackson was okay. So I guess I was alive for that one. I just didn't participate.
But I think
in
it's to like a person to you, because you could probably like Michael Jackson's music, but you weren't like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I
searching
didn't like
him.
participate in it. Where
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, why are all these tributes here?
I mean, you literally had
I was
a
also
nickname.
young too.
You literally had a nickname for him with a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's how much he means to people. And so,
Yeah, so it's just crazy, and it had to do with him being so young, which I think JFK did as well. But
Yeah.
it was the first thing to make me realize like what even like a sliver of the JFK stuff must have felt like. Where I was
oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
oh wow, like it felt like the whole all of America was like, oh wow.
I found out a little while ago that my grandma was a campaign manager for her state when JFK was running.
On your mom or dad's side?
My mom's mom.
Oh wait, the goddess.
Yeah. The one that
Wow.
everyone has a shrine of,
Yeah.
except for me and my my siblings.
all the sisters have a shrine of, and then some of the cousins.
Yeah, all of my mom's siblings.
It's honestly like a real
have a shrine of
religion.
her. It really is.
As far we've covered this, but I mean, as far as there's like the parents are like die hard, and then some of the kids still like follow it, and then the others are just like there for it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. What were we talking about?
The worship of your grandmother.
But I'm trying to think of the purpose of me saying that.
I don't know, bro.
Anyways, celebrity deaths, muy sad.
The ether gobbled it.
Oh yeah, we're really high, guys. We keep going up. We're smoking. We're going up another floor now.
Woo woo,
So
choo choo.
let us know if you're with us at this point.
Right? Tell us where you're at now in the comments down below.
Dude, remember Vine?
Yeah, dude. You mean what TikTok is?
Yeah,
is
basically.
becoming?
Yeah. You know, which probably makes Twitter really sick that they got rid of it.
Right.
But
Or they don't because they feel like they already have enough problems. They're like, thank God we're not fucking TikTok.
right. With Vine, dude, there's this one fucking video. This bitch has like this blonde wig on, like real kind of curly, almost like a kind of frizzy, like almost like an 80s like blonde, like where she
Mhm.
has like curled her hair like all around her head.
Okay.
She just did like a couple
Like
curls.
a TikToker did this, you said?
Yeah. Oh, no, a Viner.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, okay.
and she pulls the glasses down on her nose and she's reading a Lord of the Rings book. And she's like, because she's in symbolizing that she's like really into the book.
Yeah.
And she's like can't stop.
Yeah.
But just the way I just cannot get over that fucking video. I still to this day watch it.
That's hilarious. One of my favorite videos, I can't remember who did it, but she dressed as Dora the Explorer. But she called it, what did she call it?
Horror the Explorer.
Something like that, yeah. And so it was like basically like a prostitute / slut. And like literally she had like a little Wayne impersonator come in and be like, Horror the Explorer. Da, 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 da. It's one of my favorites.
Oh my God.
She had like a little series of them. They're so good. I did like 3 Vines. And I had a fun concept, but my heart wasn't in it.
I wanted to be good at Vine, and I want to be good at like clipped videos. I'm just not.
Well, so I was like I went for broadcasting, right? So like video editing, and so I basically could watch most of the like Vine tricks,
yeah.
and within 1 or 2 like loops, know what they did. You know what I mean? So, but I thought instead of like making Vines explaining them or showing, you know what I mean? I thought it'd be funnier to make Vines like kind of parroting that.
Yeah, that's funny.
And so I gave like instructional videos is like how to fly. And then you know how people did that jump, and if you timed it well, it'd be like pretty close together. And it's like, wow, I made mine really, really bad. So I'm like crazy high in the air in one, and the next one I'm almost touching the ground, like it's the return trip. And I was like, bah, 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 bah. And I was like, perfect. And then it ended. Or I'd be like, how to do the cup change, where you slap the cup and then immediately there's a cup, and if you cut it well, it looks like whoa. But I purposely cut it bad, so it was like, boop, boop. And then it would cut to me. I'm like, perfect. I miss Vine.
Yeah, I miss Vine too. It's TikTok is trying really hard to be Vine, but it's not. I'll never take the place. My little heart.
Well, TikTok is just trying to get in your phone so the Chinese government can watch you. It's been like a proven fact, and we're all kind of like, shh. You know, anyone can apply to the CIA.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which in some ways makes me happy. Because like even their like thing about it is like basically if you're great, we want to find you. So, and even their thing is like, hey, this is what we usually look for, but we might still pick you. Meaning basically like, if you can prove to us that there's something about you that we need, we don't give a fuck about the past.
Oh yeah.
Like literally they say that about drugs. They say that about everything, where they're like, in general, we advise people to not have done drugs in the last year and and once you do start, you have to stop. But literally even in that, they said basically with exceptions, if needed, basically.
Oh my God.
Basically being like, hey, if you want to smoke pot, but you can also be like a cybersecurity genius to make sure we never get hacked, smoke pot.
Yeah. It's a give and take.
Which is like everything they said, I was like, you know what? That actually gives me more peace.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're basically like, we don't care who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
If you can help us, we will. And I was like, all right, CIA's got out there with Mavericks, bro.
Yeah.
Just like eccentric motherfuckers that are like, bam, I can get the job done.
I love working for a company that doesn't fucking drug test you. It's like one of the
I
most
know, dude.
beautiful
Whenever I
things.
hear someone's like in a legal state for their job drug test, I'm like, wow.
I would be like,
What a sad world we live in.
I would quit. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want the job anymore. Thank you, though.
No, I feel you, dude.
It's legal, bitch. Get off my nuts. Like,
Get off my nuts.
my sister did that. Like, she freaking, she's gonna kill me for saying this, but whatever. Because she listens. She got a job at a fucking casino in California, and because the casino was owned, like they said that they owned the land, that weed was
Is it an
illegal.
Indian casino?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was illegal to them, but regardless of the state of California's laws, and I'm like,
How much money does she make there?
like fucking $13 an hour. I'm like, quit that bitch, and she
Yeah.
did. She finally did because of
Okay.
Corona.
Okay,
Well, it's
because
because of Corona. Corona, they had like shut down, and she was like, all right, I'm going somewhere else because she wanted to keep working.
they shut down the casino because of Corona.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I need money.
Yeah, so she went somewhere else.
Okay.
But I was like, thank God. Like, who wants to work
Your
for a
sister is a
company?
little workhorse.
She is, dude. And she's a little saver.
My little sister is too. Actually, she's a workhorse too. She didn't.
What happened, man?
She went
with us, dude. Like, what happened? Like, both of us. Like, I work hard. Like, if I'm like, I realize I cannot work from home, guys. I finally have realized that. I have thought it was going to be like a vision of mine, like something that I want to do in the future. But after Corona, I'm working from home now for my job, and I fucking hate it. Well, because I hate it because I can do so much other shit around me. At work, I go to a place that I only know about doing stuff that they need me to do there.
Yeah.
I don't have like games, and I don't have like music that I can listen to, you know, except for on my breaks and stuff. But it's just a lot easier to have inspiration to work.
I feel you.
Doing this at home shit, I'm like, I have my Switch in the other room. I can play Animal Crossing.
Which is so funny because of how your job works from work from home. You can actually work and play Animal Crossing.
Oh, no. Yeah, I definitely have done it.
But you're still like, but why do you work if I could just play Animal Crossing?
Yeah. It's
like, instead of going like, yeah, I can do both at the same time, you're like, I'd rather just do full one.
Yeah. The only thing with it is it's like, you know, sometimes I have to put Animal Crossing down because I have to actually do something. And I don't want to be a complete asshat, you know, and not do anything. So, even though there are days. But like, you don't know, it just, I hate it. I hate when people restrict you for the beautifulness of ganja.
Oh, I know, dude.
Ganja is my favorite word.
Like, no matter what you believe, one of my favorite people literally said, like, satanic is a great word for things. And because it is. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what you believe, just like the meaning of the word satanic. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's satanic, bro. Like, restricting people from that?
Oh, for sure, dude.
That's straight Satan shit, bro.
I'd be like, not today, Satan. I'd be like,
yeah, that's why I smoke.
Well,
Because every day I say, no, Satan.
I mean, I think I would be like, hey, because I do have like, you know, I'm on mental shit, like anxiety medication and stuff.
I like that, though.
I'd be like, this helps my anxiety, so I'm going to keep doing it. You can fire me if you want to, because fuck you. Like, fuck that shit. Like, if you live in a legal state, and your employer tells you not to smoke, please let us know. Because I almost want to start an activist group for it.
I really do. I've genuinely thought about starting joining the activist group in our state for legalization.
Like, where do we line where we start protecting the smokers who smoke marijuana?
You should always. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's our tribe. We need to protect our tribe.
It's like LGBTQ, cool. We got that figured out now. Not all the way. That was a lie. But we got that.
Where's our stoner group?
Yeah, like where
especially I feel like it's died down since legalization started happening. But it's like,
no, where are the stoners' rights? Like, where are we protecting the stoners? If you live in a fucking legal state,
especially because we don't have many demands.
The fucking yeah, true. We just want to be able to smoke freely. That's it.
Like, honestly, it's one demand, and then
it's
they're the ones that are sub categorizing.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
It's saying no judgment. Like, we don't want judgment. Don't judge us.
Well, or judge us as much as drinkers.
Yes.
Like, whatever level drinkers are at, that's where we want to be at as well. Yep,
because it's better.
Yeah.
Alcohol doesn't heal you.
Here's the deal. I love alcohol, but like very little medicinal value. I have a theory that drunkenness is actually your body starting to die. Because it's literally poison.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's like you start some of the beginning processes of dying and you're like, this feels nice.
I hate my life. This feels nice.
Well, once it goes there, then it's just a sad day. But I like drinking. But yeah, weed is just better. Like, there's a part of me that wants to be like, no, they're the same. Or like, no, I like alcohol more. But it's just like a weird hipster part of me.
I also feel like too.
But it's like a hipster to myself. I think I just don't want myself to completely love something.
Yeah. I feel like too with weed, this is how like my weed journey has been. At first I was like, oh, this is nice. I think I'm going to be into this. I get kind of into it, but because of the stigma around it, I'm like, I'll do it every now and then. Like I'll coast it in.
I think that's happened with me.
Yeah. So I coasted it in, right? Like, you know, every other month I would get high once. Right. And then I'm like, you know what? I really like weed. All right. We've been doing this for a year now. Let's just start doing it more. Let's find a guy. All right, cool. So you find a guy and the guy's like, all right, I got your hookup. And then you're just like, fuck yeah, I have a guy. I just bought a quarter. Smoke. And you smoke for like a week straight. Okay. And you're just like partying in and out, man, for sure. And then you're just like, you wake up one morning and you're like, I ate way too much fucking food last night and I feel like ass. Why do I feel this way? Because I got really fucking high. She's like, I need to take a week break or a couple day break.
Which I just want to point out because and we've all been there. So I'm not saying any judgment, but that's actually a discipline issue.
Oh,
It's not a weed issue.
Oh no, I know.
You shouldn't give up weed. You should make yourself stronger.
Yeah. Well, that's my point I'm getting at.
Okay.
So now I'm like, we've been doing this podcast for like almost a year. And this is like the main, like I smoke pretty much every day now, but I don't smoke really big until I'm doing the podcast.
In general, same as these. Every once in a while,
there are some days where
there's a day or a night or something. And usually it happens because I got to a certain place on accident and then I'm like, well, I'm here.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. But there's no more in me that's like, let's take a break. Yeah. It's just so great. Like, it's just this ride that you have to take to get to the point where we're at now, to where we're like, okay, the next step for us is just to be able to smoke every single day and have a full ass on conversation, no matter how high we are.
Right? Like a Seth Rogen situation. But like,
is he high every day? Oh no, yeah, duh, he's high every day.
Starts with a sativa, ends with indicas. Which I thought about. I don't know. I wouldn't. I could more see myself being like start with a hybrid person.
Yeah, I think I would do more of a hybrid.
Because I have not. So far, Sour Diesel is my favorite sativa. Oh, real quick, I want to touch on the journey thing, and I know if I don't do it now, it could be lost forever. But I feel you, because at first when I started smoking, even when I realized, wow, this could be something that's in my life forever, I was like, I don't want to be like known as the weed guy in my friend group or the stoner guy.
Yeah.
And I kind of like try to keep it like secret or whatever. But at a certain point, I was just like, nah, man, I don't care. I am the stoner guy. I want to be the stoner guy.
Well, and two, like the other thing with it too is like, I watched there's a shitload of documentaries out there that talk about people who are normal, average people that you would never guess smoke weed, but they come home every single day.
But I mean, I bet their friends do.
Yeah. Well, no, they come home every single day and they work like a 9-to-5 office job for like a big company. They come every single day and they roll a joint. And the guy was like, he literally said this. He was like, I just want to be able to come home and unwind like someone who comes home and opens a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think once we get out of this whole stigma that weed is this or that, and we realize like people can function high, and that's like, it like helps people. Like it calms my anxiety down immensely. Yeah. So much so that my fucking doctor, who I don't live in a legal state, said, hey, if you think this is helping you in your anxiety and your depression, keep doing it.
Yeah. It's
just nuts to me.
Yeah. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This is why I think I'd be like hybrids first and not touch sativas that often, just in general, is because as of right now, Sour Diesel is my favorite sativa. And I almost wonder if it's because it was my first sativa and like I knew what it was and it was my first like really good weed that like it was like my baby stoner time. So it's almost like some like it's almost like one of those like like, you know how like there's some like cultural foods that in general most people will hate. Like for the Japanese is natto, for Iceland it's like fermented shark, but like most people in that area will actually like kind of like it because as a kid they got fed it and so they're like, okay, that's pretty good. You know, I feel like that's what Sour Diesel was for me as like a sativa. Is like I don't like most sativas, but I like Sour Diesel because while I was still learning highs, I like played in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so but that being said, I have not found a sativa that feels as good as any hybrid I like. So Sour Diesel is my favorite sativa, but all the hybrids I like more than a Sour Diesel.
For sure. You know why I think you like LA Dream now?
Why?
It's a crossbreed with Sour Diesel, I believe. The other strain
is OG Kush, right?
No, I think it's unknown. It might be Headband that's that way. I don't know.
But anyway, I am loving LA Kush though.
LA Kush, dude.
Ooh, it's so good, dude. I'm loving it, dude. I think that's gonna be the next quarter I buy.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. I like just all the strain names, dude. Make me so happy.
Dude, how long do you think until we have Corona name strains.
Oh fuck yes.
And so, like, I'm saying, do you think this is going to be like pretty soon out of the gate once we're all calm about it and like we feel safe again? Or do you think it's going to have to be one of those things that we're going to be pretty far removed from before anyone will do it? So it's going to be like when our like grandkids talk about a new strain and they're like, oh, they came out with a new strain called Corona. Remember that? Ha ha ha.
No, I think it will be shortly after this. Like once it's okay to do it. Once you can start making jokes about it,
You think
I think that's when it will start rolling out. I want them to do Black Mask as one
as a
name.
like for strain,
Yeah.
make you feel like you have a face mask on?
Give me that black mask. Or oh my Corona. Yeah, I just
COVID
love
Kush.
but people are like getting kind of snooty about it. They're like, these are not family friendly names. We need to
Well,
adapt.
part of that is to get to like beer level.
And I get that, but
Like,
like
when is there a beer level? Like what? Well, to be fair, there's some now.
zombie dust.
Well, I was about to say, to be fair, there's some now. Now there is like I'm losing the word. The fucking beer hipsters make, like small breweries. What is that called? Craft beer.
Yeah.
There we go. Fuck, dude. Craft beer. Now there's some craft beer that's having like some pretty fucking crazy names. Like I was about to be like, when was there a fucking beer called Thunderfuck? But then I was like, I could think of a few craft breweries that would name a beer Thunderfuck. But
Yeah. Well, and like that's what like okay, I know we want to be more family friendly, but bitch, it's 21 and older.
yeah.
So like don't take that fun
Well,
quality
they're
of
talking
weed
about,
away.
I think, more for like old people.
No, I know. I don't give a fuck.
But my thinking is, I feel like I'm not saying we need it. We should leave the old people because we should, because they can use weed probably
Yeah,
more than
for
most
sure.
of us. I'm saying, I think the future of weed goes with the youngins.
Yeah, well, my whole thing too is like, okay, you
Like-
can maybe rename Thunderfuck. Maybe that's too awkward for an old person to say. So it's called Alaskan or Alaska,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, but we don't need to be
Or
like,
Alaska TF. And then
Yeah, but
people
we don't
that
need to
want
be
to know
like-
what the TF means.
we don't need to be like sleepy, fun,
Oh,
happy.
some of those though are trying to be beginner friendly. Like some of
Well,
those
no.
some of those
I'm-
are like,
I'm fine with that being like a description. Like I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying is like where it's like, you know, the fucking water drinks that have like flavored water.
yeah.
There are some that are like, this will help you with your sleep. This will help you stay
but
awake.
like some are like what like the 30-year-old soccer mom is coming in for the first time because maybe she has a fun friend that is like, seriously, Becky, it's gonna fucking help your like anxiety, or it's gonna make you feel happier. I promise you. Like do it low key. Wait till the kids are in bed. I'm not telling you to do it to party. I'm like being real with you, Becky. And just something about her conversation hits. So she walks in and she just like comes in and like we know the euphoric feeling is what people are talking about with like happy or whatever. So she comes in and she's like, hey, I just want something to make me happy. And then there's like a weed strain brand that is like beginner friendly. And she's like, literally, so for the next time, if you do like this, just come in and say you want the happy. And then like it is named Happy and da-da-da-da. And once she gets into it, then she can be like, okay, I love this about it. And then they can be like, okay, now it's time for Alaska Thunder.
It's like going to the porn section of a fucking like DVD rental store.
Exactly. Like,
OG shit.
like if a couple comes in and they're like, I want to expand my life. Like, you know what I mean?
I
You don't go like, hey, here's an anal plug and like,
Yeah.
like hardcore bondage.
But what I'm saying is people want to take those funny names away. They don't want them to
yeah.
coexist.
So I agree with you.
I'm cool with
They
coexisting.
shouldn't take them away. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
Coexisting is great. That's fine. But just do not take away the fun fucking names.
Yeah.
Because
Agreed.
it's like a lore to me.
Yeah.
Like you get like a whole history.
history.
It
Yeah.
is. And they've been saying this for fucking decades. It's like, why would you change a decade old like thing? Like I know there's some things like, you know, need to change or whatever. I'm not saying that that's not a thing. But with weed, it's just nostalgic. It's calling back to like your roots. Like I talked to my sister about weed strains. I never in my life, if you would have dialed back to Eastwood when he was a freshman in high school and you're like, hey, there comes a point in time in your life where you're going to become obsessed with weed and you're going to, you know, help friends get weed / talk to your sister about weed. and like strain names and stuff. I'm like, fuck you, no, I'm not gonna do weed.
You pass
It's
me.
nuts.
I think pass me. If pass me was being honest with myself, I definitely could see me do weed, and like maybe even saw that I would use it here and there. If I told him I was like, this is gonna be a thing for you, I don't know if I would be like, no.
Yeah, no, and so like that's why I'm like, no, don't like. It's like a connection thing.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
that's why like we have a lot of Thailand weed that like we're not getting because Thailand has illegal now. And there's still some villages that do it on like the border of like Thailand and I can't remember. I want to say Myanmar, but I don't know if that's the right one. But anyway, Myanmar or Cambodia or something like that. But that's what a lot of the vets from Vietnam smoked. And like they would get them over and they called them Thai sticks because they literally came wrapped on a stick. And there's like history stuff like that I'm like, fuck, we need Thailand strains. Like we need to be reconnected with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like we need to reconnect with the soul of the weed that kept these people in these horrible situations from like killing themselves.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
you know what I mean? Because there's like soldiers that were in Vietnam that got drafted. They probably didn't even believe in the war, but they had to shoot at people.
Yeah.
And they were given this weed in Thailand, and they're like smoked it all day because they're just like, at least this is something.
Do you know what I love? I love like strain hunter shows
Oh, I know, dude.
where they go into like South America and shit.
I want to
And, like,
hire strain hunters. I don't want to necessarily be one because
I want to do it once.
Well, I want to do it for the easier ones.
Yeah. No, for
Because
sure.
there's
yeah.
some that are like they're like having like they hired like a village of bodyguards to go into like this war torn mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll pay someone to do that.
Yeah, I want
to
to
get
go.
a few seeds.
Yeah, I want to go. Like these people were like chopping the whole fucking thing down, like trying to like take it back to like examine it and stuff to see
Yeah.
how like it grew on the outside, like on the outside, see how it grew outside, in its climate. But yeah, there's just a lot of like really fucking great weed shit out there, guys. You guys, if you have anything that you want to like share with us, definitely comment and like let us know because I'm always open to watching weed shit. It's just so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
And it's
Cooking
so-
with cannabis on Netflix is better than you'd expect. I would
Yeah.
suggest watching that if you haven't seen
Well,
it yet.
and I think because people are trying to get erase the stigma about weed, that they want to take it more seriously. So they actually have like genuinely good like documentaries and like reality shit that they do
Yeah.
about weed.
Yeah.
That's like they're like being serious about it. It's not just like a fun game anymore, which I fucking love.
Yeah. Oh man. And we're only starting, bro. That's the best thing.
I know,
It's like
man.
we see all this stuff already and we're like, wow. But it's just the beginning.
You know, weed's made it when there's a president that it's like, you know,
Openly smoked it.
yeah, weed's gonna make America great again.
Do presidents openly drink?
I think some of them do, but it's like,
Oh, but it was a big deal when Obama had a beer.
yeah, he had a beer on. his,
Okay,
like,
because like it's like
long.
I think we all know they drink, but like while they're president, I can't think of any like. But I think Obama was the first one, and everyone freaked
Which
out.
is fucking
And
weird to
Obama was
me.
the first one to openly have a beard like outside.
Yeah.
it wasn't even like he was at a restaurant.
He was in his fucking lawn, like his garden, having a beer with a friend.
Yeah, I was like, okay, guys, like
You're friends with a senator who becomes a fucking president, and then you're still friends with him because you're friends. You don't. That doesn't change. And he's like, "Hey, man, come over. Let's have a beer. We'll go in my garden, and I'll give you a tour of the White House, and we'll have a beer." He's like, "Okay." So he goes, has a beer. Someone catches him. And he's like, "Oh fuck! Just trying to have a fucking beer with my friend, man. Come on, dude."
I know, dude.
Like they're people too, dude. Like I get that we have like this huge high standards for presidents, but I mean, because they're like representing the country or whatever. But it's just nuts that they like that's like small.
Yeah,
Like you should be able to drink. Like you're free too, man.
right.
Like
You're free too,
I mean,
man.
you're not, you're not just like shackled by these chains anymore. Maybe you are, and I just don't see that. But like, you should be free, and I
Right.
want to cut those chains for you, like with my liberty. No, well, like it's
But
just
my
so,
liberty
it's
for
so,
your
it's
liberty,
so fucking
bro.
ridiculous. Like we give like, which I get like birth certificates, fine, I get that because you want to make sure they're born here. That's the fucking rule.
Yeah,
Cool, but you're over 21. The rule says that you can drink, so fucking drink, bitch.
I feel you.
Now, if you're like an alcoholic, no, because we don't need you being drunk as shit. But like, if you just want to sip one every once in a while,
Yeah.
cool, dude. Like, I got you. It's stressful. I get it. I really want there to be like someone who's really, and maybe there are probably libertarians that are like really into weed. But I want like a Democrat or like a Republican that's like, weed is the future.
Right.
Like, this will take us out of debt. We had Corona, so now we're in super big debt. Weed is the future. The next 4 years, that's going to fucking happen. I bet you.
Oh, I could see it. Also, because you were talking about presidencies and stuff, it just got my head on it. You know, Space Force is like for real happening.
Yeah, it's a real
Like
thing.
there's like, first of all, it's the first new armed forces in 60 years.
Yep.
Second of all, there's like a 4-star general, like that's the head of it. Like he's like one of the admirals now. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's the head of the army, there's head of Navy, Air
And
Force.
if Trump becomes president again, it'll be like really real.
Well, I don't think they'll take it down because I think it will have too much money into it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it went this far means that there's people that we don't really realize interested in it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's this movement. Like it's like it's a part of the complex, the industrial complex. But the reason I brought it up is if Space Force was a legit thing when I was in high school, I might have joined the armed forces.
Oh no, for sure.
Because
I kind of want to.
Well, because A, I kind of want to now, but B, I almost joined the army. Like my plan was until about 14, and then for reasons I'm not going to get into on here, I definitely chose a different path. Do you know what I mean? But until like 13, 14, my plan was to go in the army.
I remember that.
And so it's like,
I gave you shit for it. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah. And it's like, so I was already like halfway there. Now, if they would have been like, you can join fucking Space Force.
Oh, fuck.
I would have been like, oh, I'm joining Space Force.
My question would have been like, do I get a lightsaber
like, do I get a lightsaber?
or a ray gun?
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding you, dude. I would have like got fit as shit for that stuff. I seriously like, that's why I'm gonna live vicariously through my children, and I'm gonna be like, look, one of you motherfuckers is joining Space Force. I don't care who it is, boy or girl. One of you is fucking joining, so Daddy can have the secrets.
Right?
No,
I
but like,
know.
but that makes me think that like, okay, he made this thing. He saw enough of a threat that could possibly be otherworldly that he made a fucking branch of the army under the Air Force.
I don't think it's under.
Oh, whatever. He made another branch
That's what
of
I'm
the
saying.
army.
It has a general attached. So
Okay.
I think he's becoming the head of it.
So it has,
Or if it is, it's in the same way the Marines are. Because if I remember correctly, like who talks to the president is the head of the army, like all of the army, right? The general that's the head, basically the president of the army, the Air Force, the Navy, and the Marines, even though the Marines are technically underneath the Navy. So if they are under the Air Force, it's going to be like a Marine situation.
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Anyways, so like you make this branch of a new branch of the army. He did that right away.
Yeah. Well, so what that says to me isn't necessarily that Trump saw something, but that there are powers that be, like probably some high ups at Boeing, and then some senators and some generals and some whatever, like, you know, a mixture that were like, hey, we need to start doing something up there. Whether that be aliens, which to some degree, fingers crossed.
Right. I know.
Or if it was like, hey, there is some freaky shit out here, but the main reason we need to do it now is because the success of like SpaceX, and then now there's other private, like the Jeff Bezos one, there's another one that are starting to launch things and getting things done. And then that encourages other countries to get more involved, you know, with certain things. That they're like, hey, I think we're actually going to pretty soon really start doing things in space. So it'd be smart to have a way to react to things in space.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Without saying we need to fuck some alien shit up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it might be a combo, it might be more that we're just getting to space or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's super interesting stuff though. And I think I'd for sure join the armed forces if they had Space Force when I was in high school.
It makes me so mad that people are like, the Pentagon just re-released these videos.
Like I might become a Space Force nerd. That
I don't know.
like how some people are Army nerds, whether
Yeah.
they're in the Army or not.
I'll buy gear for Space Force.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll
Like
buy a
read books
t-shirt.
about it.
Yep. My son's in the Space Force.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's how it all starts, though, dude. Like that is where the future starts. Is that
It's
like,
something small like that.
something small like that, and then you just build and build and build, and then you're there. That's how weed started. Something small, build and build a beard, and now we have most of the states. I don't even know if I can say most. A lot of the states are saying yes. New York hasn't fucking legalized
All
it
the
for
states
dumb
are
fucking
talking
reason.
about it though.
Yeah, and it's just nuts. It's nuts to me. How this whole full circle of life, guys, is happening before our eyes. It is a time to be alive, dude. And a lot of people say that, what a time to be alive, but fucking truly, because like we have a pandemic that like hasn't happened since influenza, and that changed the world. I watched this video of this old lady who's 100, said I was born during the influenza pandemic,
Yeah.
and now I'm seeing this.
Dude, wouldn't it be crazy? She died in the pandemic. And I'm not saying from Corona,
Yeah,
but
but
because
yeah.
she's old, like she just
She's
died.
on a commercial. She's
she
like,
would have lived and died in
Yep.
pandemic. She would have bookended her life with
I know.
pandemics.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
Yeah,
But yeah, like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like we're like the world is changing. Like I feel like we're really waking up to a lot of shit.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of stuff is starting to kind of like also kind of scares me a little bit.
yeah,
Just because they now know that we will listen.
right.
And I'm like, are you? I had a talk with someone about this the other day. I was like, they're like, it scares me because we all stopped and we listened and took it seriously. Most of us.
Yeah.
And they're like, that means they can have control.
Well, that's why a lot of people are like super wary right now. So like even people that are like for most of the things that are going on are like, but we can't let them take too many liberties because they never give them back.
Exactly.
So they're like, they should give us at a certain point just suggestions. And then us as humans should obey those suggestions, but they can't force us because then they can always force us.
For sure. Like when they were talking about bringing the army for like relief, I was like, no, leave them out of this right
Well,
now.
at first I was like,
We're not there yet, dog.
Well, I was like, what do you mean relief? Like, are they just using the roads?
They had literally a quarantine camp, like New York, Chicago.
No, I know,
LA.
but I meant like you know what I mean. I was like, are they just helping supply chains, or are they gonna be like walking in my streets?
Dude,
Like-
I know, dude. It's fucking nuts.
No, but honestly, in like some ways about like what a time to be alive, it almost feels like we're on the cusp of something that I don't
Something
think.
great, dude.
Yeah, that we don't even know. Like we're all gonna like be born anew. Like,
Dude, I don't know,
like
man.
the
Like, it's weird.
singularity or something.
It's weird.
I have a friend who's like his spiritual belief, like one of them, is like we chose the time, like to come, like in whatever pre-life was, you know what I mean? Like pre us being alive, like it was basically we all saw like timelines and we're like it'd be cool to be there, or whatever, and then that's why you're here now, you know. And I was like, so like there are times like I don't necessarily like subscribe to that belief, but there are times that I'm like, would I choose now? Like in some ways, like personality wise, I'm like, I can see why I would choose now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even in like frustrating times, I can even be like, well, do I want to experience this frustration? Or was I like, this frustration is worth it because of this other thing that like I do look at, I'm like, wow. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, did I choose this time because Space Force is being made? Or like do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna look up that more because I need to
Me
read up on
too,
that.
dude. Once I realized it was like
Getting-
real, I was
Yeah.
like, I need to start becoming a nerd for this.
I'm getting into that. Also, I really want to, like, Tom DeLonge, man. He's fucking nuts, but I fucking love
But his
him.
company is the one that released the
Yes.
tapes.
Yes, I think it's one of the situations where like, okay,
Well, he
hear me
even
out.
said he's like there's a dude on Joe Rogan. He basically was like, I can't tell you there's aliens, but fuck, dude.
Hear me
Why?
out. Hear me out. Okay, so I was watching Archer, which is a hilarious TV show. If you haven't watched it, it's a little like
It's an adult cartoon.
yeah. And they had an episode where they were flying over the Area 51 base. And they wanted him, the people in Archer were like, get closer. I want to see if I see aliens. And he's like, no, I'll get shot out of the sky. And they're like, get closer. So he goes and then they shoot a fucking missile at them.
Yeah.
And so they divert the missile and fly down into the airbase. And then they blow up like half the airplane blows up when they land.
Yeah.
But then they're like, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. And then they lie and say they're part of the CIA, which they technically are, because they're part of this group called ISIS, which is hilarious.
They named it ISIS before ISIS.
Yeah.
And then one of the reasons why they did this huge stuff in it to disband ISIS in the show is because they realized they couldn't have it still be called ISIS.
Yep. So, they go there, they get into this like fucking Area 51 air base, and these two people see aliens. They're like, and they can't speak, so they run after them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They finally see these aliens. They have a fucking full-blown like conversation with them in their minds because they're telepaths.
Yeah.
And then Archer comes running around the corner, and the aliens leave. And they're like, they become like crazy for the rest of the episode. Because they're like, you guys didn't see that? What? We both saw that. You guys didn't see that? And like, there's like, no, I just saw a bright light. That's how I feel like Tom DeLonge is right now. Like he's seen, and he's heard some shit. I'm serious, dude. Like he's seen, he's heard some shit. He's like, guys, this is fucking serious. Dude, like I am not kidding you. I'm quitting Blink 182, one of the hottest pop punk bands.
Well, because that's
on
how
the fucking
even
earth.
how it felt on his Joe Rogan, dude. Was like he's saying
Exactly,
shit,
dude.
and I was even like, man, he's either fucking nuts or we're about to see some crazy shit. And then it took him longer than he said for those videos to get released. Like even though they came out 2 years ago, it still took him longer, right? But then I found out his company's the one that technically released him. I was like, that's the fuck he said it was going to happen. And he said, wait till these videos come out, man. And shit like that. And he's like, I've seen shit. And so now I'm like, oh shit, maybe he's not a crazy person.
No.
Maybe he's just like super serious on lockdown about his information.
I fully subscribe to him 100%. And like, why would you quit the most popular pop punk band who you're all friends with them, don't have any problems?
Yeah, because they didn't even break up because
No,
like
he
they,
just
they
left.
had animosity. He was just like, hey man, this is kicking off, so I'm going to skedaddle.
Yeah. And like, and he had just reunited with them.
And they were like, that's where you're at the time. They were popping because
Yeah.
they came back. They released the greatest hits, which was just great because they even had like 2 bonus songs that were fucking awesome. And then they released a CD that was well received. And one of the reasons it was because it was different. You know what I mean? Like it was so different, like, but still them that I didn't know if I liked it the first time I heard it because
Yeah.
I was like,
Same here.
I was like, I mean, it definitely is Blink, but like, it's so different, you know? And I had just been like hardcore listening to their like greatest hits. But then when I like the second time I heard it, I was like, ooh, but this is a good song. Or like, ooh, that is a good line. You know what I mean? And the third time I was like, no, I actually think this is really fucking good. And then like 5th, 6th, I was just like, yeah, this is good. This is a good CD.
Yeah. But yeah, like he quit all that shit to do this. And like even Joe Rogan was like, I really wanted to think that you're batshit crazy. He's like, but I kind of believe what you're saying
Yeah.
because of all the shit. And then now, even now more so, Joe's like, yup.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, dude. There
Joe was like on the cusp.
well, what's hilarious? He was like, there was a fight companion where one of his people were like, I've been hearing that it's a foreign drone that's in these videos. And you could see Joe just wanting to be like, don't be a fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
But like he wasn't because he knew he couldn't say absolutely for sure it wasn't a foreign drone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But you could tell he was like, hey man, I've talked to a lot of people on this podcast and that's not fucking right. But you could tell he was like,
yeah.
no, I'm just gonna lay out the evidence because I
Yep.
can't technically say for a fact. Like,
Yeah. I would love to fucking talk to Tom DeLonge. Like, I don't even need it to be on this podcast. I just want to like him to phone me up or something. Seriously, dude, like my like life thing is I love knowing secrets. Nothing that no one like I have secrets that like people have told me that no one knows.
I know it's the best.
And
It's,
I'm like-
it's why I'm so good with secrets.
Yeah.
Is because I'm the Fort Knox of secrets. No secret gets out unless I wanted to. Like meaning like if you tell me don't hold on to this like, you know, I will because I need to be known as the Fort Knox of secrets to get more secrets.
Yeah, it's a thing, dude. Like I've just known so much shit about people that like I want to know what's happening. Like
Yeah.
this is like if we find aliens, like I don't think people understand like how monumental that's going to be. Like if we find extraterrestrial life, everything's changed.
Well, yeah.
Literally everything's changed. I mean, like it is nuts. Like
Okay, yeah. So I agree with you on a fundamental level. The reason I like hesitate is I'm like, I just don't know how many people will grasp onto that. Whether it's because they're like feel like they can't, do you know what I mean? Or whatever. But
it's going to break some people,
yeah.
which is I think why they haven't said anything like concrete,
yeah.
because they know that like it's going to really break some people. But I'm like, grow a fucking set of balls and just take it, man. Like, give me this.
Just take it, man.
Like, it's the only thing I want is like, if you could give me one wish before I die.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, you with these secrets, there was something where you're like, they gave us a lot of information about something, and you're like, yeah, but is it or whatever? And I'm like, they can't tell you that, man. And you're like, well, why did we even fucking watch this?
Exactly.
Basically, and I was like, because like we got a lot of information in that. You're like, yeah, but I still don't know the trueness of the true secret.
It goes back to, I got to tell you something. Wait, never mind. Fuck you. No, I'm not doing that. We're not playing that game over here. Like, if you got something to tell me, don't fucking tell me shit about it. Unless you're going to tell me the whole goddamn thing. Like, I don't want half. There's no half-assery here.
I feel you.
It's all or nothing, bitch. Because, like, I have pretty bad anxiety. So, like, that gives me anxiety when someone's like, I need to talk to you about something, but it needs to be later. I'm like, at work.
Dude.
When they do this to me at work.
Later conversations are the worst. I always immediately go, is it a good or a bad conversation? Because I at least need to know this. Even if it's a bad conversation, it's better for me to know it's a bad conversation and then stew on it than to not know either way and stew on it.
My managers at work.
You want to know the worst? One time a boss texted me at night and said, hey, we're going to have a meeting. Like just you and me.
Hell no.
And I texted him, is it a good or bad meeting? And then he didn't text me until the next morning. And then guess what he texted me the next morning?
What?
Bad meeting.
Oh my God.
And it ended up being a bad meeting. Like I didn't get fired, but it was not a good meeting.
Oh my God.
And
so you were stewing on that all night.
Yeah, but then I woke up and then it was the worst news.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking serious?
You could have given this information to me last night and I could have gotten over it.
Yeah.
By the time I got to that fucking meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's the worst.
My managers now, when they ask to talk to me, it's immediate. Because I'm like, no. I've been here for a long ass time. You don't get to do this anymore. You either tell me now or you don't tell me. Or don't even come up to me.
That's hilarious.
If you can't do it in like the next like 10 minutes, don't fucking say anything.
Dude, this high got me reliving the feelings of like that whole situation I just told you about.
I really like this high.
I do too. It's changing a little bit, but I think that might be because
the mix.
Well, the mix, and I think the stuff we smoked earlier is starting to wear off. So the other one's like picking up more. So it kind of makes me want to smoke a little bit of the stuff we had earlier to like go back to where I was. But I am liking it overall. But anyway, but it did make me feel the feelings there for a second. Ooh. I started getting like really on the inside. Ugh. I was like, it's already passed. It's all good. We're good.
Exercise the demons.
I know, dude. Oh, that I remember that now too. Like went back to when we were like, say no to Satan by smoking. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, dude. Like I was like, I'm shirts with that and shit. Like,
yeah,
I smoke every day to say no to Satan, dude.
Yeah,
like, not today, Satan. And you smoke.
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to end.
Yeah, I do too. It was a really good episode. Cool. Thank you guys if you made it this far, for hanging out with us, talking, conversing.
If you want to talk with us and like comment and rate us on whatever you're listening to or like or whatever it is, we're Smoke With Us Podcast on everything. So at Smoke With Us Podcast on Twitter. And if you can't find us on there with that, we're not on it.
Yeah.
And then our email is smokewithus@gmail. smokewithuspodcast@gmail.
Yeah. If you want to ask us questions, you can definitely email us those or comment, and we will be sure to add it to the next episode.
Yeah, we like interacting with you guys. We're getting a little bit more of that, and we're loving it. So just keep interacting,
feedback
bro.
too. If you absolutely think it's ass, let us know. We like some criticism. Don't be too harsh. Yeah, constructive. Be nice.
Or if you have ideas for even like segments or show something to do, let us know. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what level high you are?
I am a 7.5.
Yeah, I think I'm at like an 8, 7.5 ish.
Yeah.
But I think I was up to a 9 at certain points.
Yeah, I was too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was. But it was like, but it didn't feel like a normal 9.
Yeah, it felt very controllable.
Yeah, it was cool. Headband is the stuff we've been smoking on, along with Blue Dream and LA Kush.
Yeah, but
So
primarily Headband.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, check those out at your local dispensaries,
They're all good, but I especially right now, I prefer Headband and LA Kush.
Yeah, they're just different. But yeah, if you guys have any strains that you want us to try, let us know. Like if we can get them, we'll get them. We live in a illegal state now, so
or just tell us your favorite strain.
Yeah, or if you like vaping or whatever, like the different ways. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to bid you adieu with our usual Sparkler by Saint Warthead. Yeah.
Smoke weed every day. I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee, my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls to take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mobbing, drop the glob and when the glow is up. 99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull up.
It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop and everybody's high. You can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm
I like my
drip.
It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a spark. I like my It light up like a sparkler.